In a small village nestled at the edge of an ancient forest, lived a boy named Aaron. He was unlike the other children in the village, not because of his appearance, nor his habits, but because Aaron hadn't spoken a single word since the day he was born. The villagers whispered stories about him. Some said he was cursed, others believed he had been blessed with a power too great for words. But Aaron? He was simply a quiet soul who observed the world through curious eyes and expressed himself through drawings in the dirt or on pieces of bark. Aaron lived with his grandmother, an old woman named Mira, who raised him after his parents vanished during a mysterious forest expedition. Mira believed in magic, not the kind in books, but the kind that lived in the wind, the soil, the trees, and perhaps, in Aaron. Each day after his chores, Aaron would wander into the woods, sketching plants and animals in a worn notebook his mother had left behind. The forest was his sanctuary. He'd sit for hours beside the silver stream or climb his favorite tree to watch the birds build their nests. But one day, the peace shattered. A harsh drought struck the village. Crops withered, the stream ran dry, and animals began to vanish. The villagers grew desperate, frightened, and angry. They turned to Mira, pleading for answers. "This boy," one man accused, pointing at Aaron, "he came from silence and now he brings silence to the land." Despite Mira's protests, fear had rooted deep. The villagers demanded Aaron leave the village for good. That night, with heavy hearts, Mira packed him a satchel with food, his drawing book, and a woolen scarf she had knitted. She hugged him tightly, whispered prayers into his ear, and watched him disappear into the forest under the moonlight. Aaron walked for hours until he found himself in an unfamiliar part of the forest. It was denser here, the trees older, their bark carved with symbols he didn't understand. He followed a strange bird with glowing feathers until it led him to a clearing, at the center of which stood a massive, ancient tree. Its trunk shimmered faintly, and its roots pulsed with a light he had never seen. As he approached the tree, he felt a presence, calm, yet powerful. The air hummed, and a warm breeze whispered through the leaves. And then, he heard a voice. "You are the listener," it said. Startled, Aaron turned, but no one was there. "You do not speak, but you hear what others cannot," the voice continued. "The forest chose you." The tree's bark split gently, revealing a hidden hollow. Inside, a crystal orb rested on a pedestal of vines. Aaron reached out, and the moment his fingers touched the orb, visions filled his mind, images of balance between nature and people, the harmony lost over time, and the power of listening. The orb glowed brighter, and the forest responded. Rain clouds began to gather, the wind picked up, and a distant rumble of thunder echoed. The trees seemed to bow in gratitude, and animals emerged from hiding to watch the miracle unfold. Aaron returned to the village the next morning, soaked but smiling. The drought had ended overnight. Puddles filled the streets, the fields drank eagerly from the earth, and the stream sang once again. The villagers stared in awe as plants sprouted, trees turned green, and life returned. But the true miracle came when Aaron, for the first time, spoke. "It wasn't me," he said softly. "It was the forest. I just listened." The crowd fell silent. From that day on, Aaron became known not as the silent boy, but as the forest listener. He taught the villagers how to respect the land, how to care for it, and how to truly listen. They rebuilt their homes with care, grew their food with intention, and visited the forest not for conquest, but for connection. Mira wept with joy as she embraced her grandson. His silence had not been a curse, nor a burden. It had been a gift. Years later, Aaron would grow into a wise guardian of the forest. Children would gather around him under the great tree, listening to stories not just told, but felt, through the rustling of leaves, the babble of the stream, and the silent strength of nature. And in that quiet village at the edge of the ancient forest, people finally understood that sometimes, the most powerful voices are the ones that speak without words.